everyone.
Good morning.
Hi, Alex. I'd like to extend a really warm welcome to all our attendees. We are thrilled to have you join us for what promises to be a really insightful session today. Today, we are diving deep into how MSPs can leverage the power of integrated AI-driven security solutions within a unified PSA RMM platform to supercharge their IT operations. I hope all of you can hear me. Please let me know if there's any issue with the audio. My name is Lakshmi, and I'll be your host for today's session. I am joined by Anirudh Murthy, Product Manager for SuperOps, and Alex, who is the Partner Account Manager for ESET UK.
Good morning, everyone.
Annie and Alexander will be walking us through the impressive capabilities of the respective platforms and highlighting the incredible synergy this integration brings. We'll conclude with a live Q&A session. Give me just a second. Yeah. We'll conclude with a live Q&A session, so please don't hesitate to drop your questions in the chat window. And I'll be also asking a couple of poll questions during the session, so I'd love it if all of you could participate. Let's get started. Right, so the speakers for the session today are Anirudh, who's a product manager for all things RMM and SuperOps, and who spearheads building features that make endpoint monitoring a breeze. And of course, we have Alex, a strategic MSP account manager at ESET UK. Alex is over 14 years in software and service sales. His cybersecurity expertise and focus on building strong relationships drive his advocacy for ESET's innovative security solutions. Right. I want to give a quick introduction to SuperOps before we jump into the integration details and other parts of the agenda. For those new to our sessions, this will help you understand who we are, what we offer, and what we aim to accomplish. First, let's consider the continuously evolving world of technology and IT operations. A lack of innovation over the years meant that there's a lot of pains that MSPs and IT teams have to deal with, slow, clunky tools with dated interfaces that require a lot of manual effort and break frequently. With SuperOps, MSPs and IT teams can escape the inefficiencies of their existing tools, adopting a more robust AI-driven unified platform for improved operations. To effectively manage modern IT environments, MSPs and IT teams require tools that are not only seamless and rapid, but that are also highly efficient and intelligent. These qualities are especially crucial for IT teams and MSPs that want to streamline their operations, quickly resolve issues, and basically leverage data to make more informed, data-driven decisions. And with SuperOps, you get just that and more. I'll give all of you a second to just take a look at this. SuperOps has all the major tools you need, from ticketing to project management to invoicing, IT documentation, from chat and scheduling to network monitoring, all on a single pane of glass, so that you can drive your everyday operations from one place. So we are truly unified as a platform. We're also future ready with AI and automation woven into the fabric of our platform through features like intelligent alerting, AI summarization, recommended solutions, automated alerts, unified runbooks, and so much more. We also, I think for a lot of folks who are familiar with SuperOps, who are on this session, might know that we have monthly feature releases and updates coming out from the platform. And you'll see that we've had a lot of updates come out with AI especially. So you guys can take a look at that in our monthly update videos in our community. We are pretty active there. Right. So let's see how SuperOps does exactly all this and more. I'll now hand over the screen to Ani, who will give us a high-level overview of the SuperOps platform. Over to you, Ani.
Hi, guys. So Perfect. Hi guys. So just wanted to, take a quick moment to thank Alex and everyone who's joined into this insightful session. It gives us great pride in actually partnering with ESET globally and building this integration from the ground up. So this has been a really collaborative project where we have looked at what the IT teams and MSPs can benefit from such an integration, and we've built from the ground up. So without further ado, I'll quickly just jump into uh, the SuperOps platform, and uh, it's a huge platform to say the least. Let me just switch off the video so that I could bring up my full screen. There you go. Yeah, it's a unified platform for the MSP and IT teams. We do have two products, standalone products, one for the MSP team and one for the IT team. For today's demos purposes, I'm going to take you through the MSP product here. And if you look at it, it's a fully baked unified platform for MSP operations, right from the PSA, the RMM, IT doc, and the reporting module, which are the core modules of operations. And within the PSA, you would see how full blown a PSA it is, right from ticketing, task manager. We do have a project management module within the PSA as well, to help MSPs build projects and work on projects without switching context, because projects can be broken up into tasks and tasks into further tickets, and you need overall time tracking and scheduling and all of that. So the project management tool has to blend in with the PSA and the ticketing and the scheduling and the timesheets. So you see that brought into a single pane right here. And then you have the entire client management piece to go with it, including your contracts, your invoices, your quotes, and a lightweight sales CRM inbox for the sales guys to actually work out of and coordinate internally with the account managers and the others. We have a pretty heavy RMM product within SuperOps, wherein we support Windows, Linux, Mac, and network devices monitoring as well. We are on the road to build up virtual machine monitoring as well. And it's a full job with respect to RMM. We have alerting, patching, scripting, your OS policy, patch management, software management, where we have taken a pretty interesting approach to how we want to do third-party patching, and supported by the IT documentation that actually sits alongside the knowledge base and the RMM and the PSA, and of course the reports. A reporting module sitting on top of the PSA and the RMM module for anything that you want to pull out of the same. So that's a high level breadth of what the SuperOps product is and what we can do. Maybe quickly, I'll just walk you through a quick flow of how a unified view looks like, right? This is my favorite page of the app, wherein as a technician or as a service desk manager, I come in start of my day. I clearly know how many tickets are there in the queue, with who, what is the overall ticket count, what is their status is, which technician has how much, and so on and so forth. And if I'm a technician, or I'm an admin or a service desk manager, and I know Akhilesh as a technician is off today, I can quickly just move around my tickets, organize the day for the technicians, have a look at the overall tickets, all of that, with a single view here. So that's how easy the PSA has been created. And for the PSA as such, I'm just moving into a ticket view here, right? A new ticket has been created for a new user to be onboarded. What you see here is that the timer is right there, so that I can just add how much time I spend on this particular ticket here. I can have a new conversation, or I can have side conversations if I have to coordinate with other vendors internally. I don't have to switch back to the email inbox to actually coordinate with vendors. I have internal ticket notes. I can assign tasks to this. I can have side conversations. And the cool thing about the automations in the PSA and the RMM is how easy they are. For example, what you see here is actually a runbook that I've created. Runbook is nothing but a continuous set of workflow items that the admin has created for such a ticket as user onboarding. So I clearly know that, I first have to associate a task, I have to refer to IT doc, I need to associate. So sequence of automation steps built as a workflow, which we call as a runbook for such types of tickets that we can define and which can be associated to these tickets automatically. All the technician has to do is to just refer to these run books and keep doing those actions, or if there are automations built in that the tool itself will do. So all of that right here from within the PSA, and of course the time is logging, and I could just pause, add a work log for that particular time that was done, and I could just save it as to what I spent the time on. That's how easy it is to work on a ticket and move. And as you can see, there's already an asset associated with it. The power of Unified comes live here, right? The PSA is there, and right beside it, you have the RMM where I could just quickly jump into that asset. And this is our asset summary page, guys. The client, the site, and the requester for how many days it's been online, and all the bells and whistles of an RMM from monitoring perspective, all the data that you want to see here, net traffic, memory, patch status, AVs, firewalls, all of that we are fetching, along with detailed data for CPU, memory, disk volume, anything and everything that you want there. It is there, including the peripherals, right? If there are any peripherals that have been associated with this particular asset, that is also captured, unlike other RMMs where you have to run scripts to get them. Also, from a troubleshooting management perspective, we have all the bells and whistles of a typical RMM and more. So you have the terminal from where you can launch the PowerShell or command prompt CLI. You can run scripts, you can remote into it. We provide Splashtop and ISL online as remote support tools out of the box, which is included in the license cost, free of cost. So you don't need to purchase them separately. Two remote support options as part of the SuperOps license. And of course, managing softwares, you could do right from here, a click of a button. You could go into the registry editors. You could start exploring the files through Remote File Explorer, all of that. And of course, a very powerful RMM policy structure framework where you are looking at alerting, you're looking at OS patch management, scheduled actions, which is your automations and scripts, your integrations for antivirus, your data backup integrations, your remote desktop, your system tray, maintenance mode, all of it. And guys, I know I'm rushing through the RMM, but again, the focus for this webinar is on the integration. We just wanted to give you a brief of the overall product, right? So PSA, RMM, and of course, a quick glance into the reporting dashboard. So what you see here is a fully built reporting dashboard that is sitting on top of the PSA and the RMM. Any snapshot you want, ticket, task, project, RMM, asset data, anything you want, you could actually use the readily available reports that we have prepared and canned it, or you could actually build them custom from scratch and customize it as per your need. So all of it is available. Again, I could go on and a lot more stuff I wanted to call out, but then given the interest of time, I'll take a pause here and invite Alex to take us through how ESET sits into the MSP's daily workflow, and then explore how we're looking at integration here. But a quick pause before I do that. Yeah.
Alex, before you get situated with your platform, guys,
Sure.
thank you, Ani. I'd like to throw open a poll question for all of you. Give me just a second while I do that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the participation. Alex, we can take
Sure.
on. Yeah.
Thank you, Lakshmi.
I'll take over let me know when you want the slides moved.
Yes, please. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you. So just a quick introduction. ESET was established back in 1992, and we serve over 200 countries with 23 offices globally. We're private, we're profitable and sustainable, and we employ over 1,700 people currently. We're #1 EU-based vendor, and we serve over 500,000 businesses around the world with just over 120 million end users globally. So I think what's important to state here is that in the modern world of cybersecurity, or cyber war, if you want to call it this way, there's a lot of challenges, and experienced vendors like us are really important to counteract malicious activities. Our products are built on the core company values, and I think that you will see that throughout our stack. Our core company values being integrity, passion, courage, and reliability. And if any of you had dealings with us in the past, I would hope you've experienced those. So in summary, really, we are the biggest in the EU, but each vendor approach to security is different. Next slide, please. What is important, I think, to understand is the days of reactive antivirus are coming to an end. We believe there are 3 main core pillars of comprehensive cybersecurity. Put it simply, it is a combination of tools and services. So on the left of your screen, you see LiveGrid. You can think of this as traditional antivirus / security, where all those millions of endpoints around the world are acting as a live grid, submitting data to our laboratories, and then threats are getting analyzed, so you get updates on an hourly, bi-hourly, or a daily basis, depending on the type of an update. But on top of that, we are, I would say, one of the more experienced vendors on the market, where we introduced machine learning, and this was introduced over 20 years ago. What is quite interesting is that machine learning, in the wrong marketing hands, can be called AI. But what I think what's quite important here is that integrations with RMM and PSA tools such as SuperOps are aiming to achieve automation. So you guys can have more time on focusing on security. And so does machine learning. What this is aimed to do is to automate and to improve the security products without much human interaction. Call this AI, call it machine learning. It's constantly evolving, and I'm sure you can read a lot more about this online. But what is really important now is the human expertise that comes on top of that. And I'll give you a very simple example. If you've got, if you're monitoring your customer security, and if you've got AI involved, obviously AI can summarize the activities on the network and help you make the right decisions, but it's not there to do these decisions for you. And very simply, LLM-based AI tools are there to synthesize information. They will be really great in giving you the best mathematical answer, what's the most likely answer. So therefore, they can hallucinate. And it also very much depends on the data they were trained on. So none of the AI tools would know how your customers operate. Therefore, they're not there to make decisions. And that's really important. The human element, the human layer on top of this as expertise is really crucial to being proactive in the modern way we approach security. And I think, again, there's a combination of AI and human expertise there. And I'm sure the experts from SuperOps will confirm the same. Their tools built for scalability, and there's AI introduced into it. Ultimately, it comes to your decision to implement any changes. So next slide, please. So what we then do as a vendor is have the ESET Protect platform. I would like to outline that one of the biggest positives with on our integration with SuperOps is that you get the full stack with us. So there's no limitations on the platform. The full stack is focused around the Protect platform, and as you will see, it relates to a lot of areas of security, including things like cloud sandboxing, which is around the top of your screen. You've got mail activities flowing, vulnerability and patch management. Threat intelligence comes into play as well, which, as I said, is gathering data from our knowledge around the world and our partnerships with companies like Google and Intel, for example. And really, the services sync into that as well. So to the left of your screen, you as the MSP will be able to control all these, including integrations with the likes of SuperOps. So those integrations then provide you with the ability to create reports, tickets in case of an event, but also SuperOps integration allows you to manage your licenses, which is obviously quite convenient. So I know it's a busy slide. Feel welcome to take a screenshot of it, but you as the MSP are placed in the center with of what we do. Next slide, please. So previous screen was referring to those layers. Let me just present these to you in a more structured way. This is to kind of give you a flavor on the nuances between reactive and proactive security. And very simply, the more we refer to the right of this table, the more proactive we get, both in security services, but also software as a service. I think that's also important. The word service here carries the value. Reactive protect entry on the left-hand side means, you've got your management console, of course, and you can monitor your endpoints or servers, and that's scalable, and you've got the console to do that. With advanced, we introduce layers, as I said, software as a service, such as cloud sandboxing. So cloud sandboxing will analyze any file we've not previously seen in the 100-odd million endpoints we've got around the world, and within a few seconds, it will return a result to your management server saying this is malicious or not. That's aimed to protect you against zero-day and targeted attacks. And again, the importance here is the zero-day and targeted attacks because they're all tailored. They all come with, effectively, criminals can download the latest version of any security solution and try and bypass it. So anything we've not seen previously is worth analyzing in a sandbox away from your environment. Again, this is called software as a service. There's nothing to install. You enable this service. So to build on top of that, if you refer to the Protect Complete bundle in the middle of your screen, we've also got a layer of security for 365 or G Suite. G Suite is the Google's equivalent, obviously, of the 365 stack of Microsoft. So we scan 365, which means Teams, OneDrive, SharePoint, and of course Mail. So again, together with the sandboxing, and vulnerability and patch management is really, really key. Very often when you get targeted attacks, again, this is done via social engineering, but it's also looking to exploit any vulnerabilities, like creating admin accounts and then using those to, guess what, remove security and then perform an attack. So again, the ability to stay on top of those vulnerabilities is potentially closing any backdoors, or the ability to read about those vulnerabilities at least, even before vendors release patches, again, is proactive security. as a service. So our platform essentially enables you being proactive, and that's what we're aiming to achieve, because that's valuable. If we then refer to the layer called detection and response, that's our EDR platform. So you've got the ability to analyze every activity of every machine around the network. And this isn't just antivirus, if we can call it simply. This is behavior analytics. So if attackers anywhere around the world were using a specific pattern, opening a file, then encrypting it, then doing something else, then opening another program, that's already a behavioral pattern. So that gets a red flag. And then, what can be legitimate process for one company can be malicious for another. And that's where the fine line stays between proactive human-led expertise versus automations. So you need both, but the point is having EDR in place is often good for knowledge, is often good for investigation. Maybe you'll spot early indicators of compromise, but that's why we've got the MDR service, which is the bottom right corner of your screen, and that's proactive 24/7 monitoring, human-led, with 20 minutes mean detect to respond time, or MTTD. I think that's the correct abbreviation these days. It's a new term coming along. So again, in summary, the more we refer to the right of this table, the more proactive you get, the more human-led it is, and that's where the cutting edge of security stays these days. And I hope that's informative. I'm sure different vendors do it different way. That's the way we feel is best, and we're very open to questions and thoughts around our products. Thank you, Lakshmi. I'm happy to proceed to back to you, to your slides.
Thank you, Alex. Let me just quickly, I'll just take a second here. Ani will take us through the integration demo. I just have one more poll question that I'd like to push out. Thank you guys for answering the previous poll. There's just one more question that I'd like you guys to participate in. Thank you. I'll give it maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Thank you, folks. Let's move on to the integration demo.
Perfect. So with respect to the demo, let me just move over to the SuperOps platform, right? And this is where I would like to bring the attention to the marketplace, where we have all our integrations listed, the PSA, the calendars, the payments, and the bookkeeping solutions, the data backups, and all of them. So along with the invoice billing, remote desktop, IT documentation, Hoodoo, IT Glue, and Lifecycle Manager, all of that, along with the other security products. And here, here's where we have the ESET integration. So the first step to the overall integration process is actually configuration, where you have to give the username, password, and the region. The region is mostly in the US, but then for some, it might be EU. So you guys might want to check where the data is hosted, which account it is. We have integrated with ESET's EMA portal. So that is where the account will reside, and you would need your email ID and password. It's the same login email and password that you actually give on the ESET, so that SuperOps can actually use the same to connect and integrate with. Once you have given the configuration, the second step is to actually map the clients from SuperOps and ESET. So on one side, you have the SuperOps clients, and on the other, you have created these clients on the ESET portal as well. We have to now map them to accurately map the clients, the sites, as well as the devices, right? The device mapping is what is critical. And if we do the mapping of the clients, the device mapping takes care of itself. Now, as a result of this device mapping and this mapping, what happens is the main critical outcomes of the integration are first, we auto download and auto, install the ESET agents on all the assets that are present in SuperOps. So all you have to do is just get the agent, SuperOps agent installed on an asset as a part of the onboarding. And once that is done, SuperOps agent will actually auto download and install the ESET agent if the integration is turned on. So as you can see, that is the first critical step here. And in order for you to do that, you need to map. For example, let's take Acme as a client in SuperOps, right? On ESET, we need to find the equivalent client here and create that. And here, just for this conversation, I'm maybe saying Better Call Saul is something that you can ignore for now. Once I do this, I just have to press the import button again so that you know that one client has been mapped to an existing company and one client has been ignored, which is the second step completion. The third step is for the outcome that I talked about, which is the auto download and installation of the ESET agents. And for that, you need to give the URL of the installer. And for that, we might have to jump to the ESET portal here, right? The MSP ESET, the EMA portal. And from here, you need to go to the ESET Protect. Give me a second, guys. One second while I just. Get that in. There you go. So here on the ESET Protect portal, what you see is installers, and in installers, if you already have created installers for that client, you could actually use them. For example, if you already have something created for the client, you could just copy this installer link URL from here and put it out there on the SuperOps portal. Or if you want to create a new one, what you could do is, I'm now creating this for Acme, right? So let me go ahead and choose Acme as the client. I accept the end user portal. I could even go ahead and customize it. I could actually give it a name even to say that this is Acme's installer URL for SuperOps. And I could just finish that so that the installer is created. I now have the installer URL that I can come back and provide to SuperOps here, and I can sync it. So once this is done, what happens is the integration is completed. So first, three clear steps. One, give the credentials for SuperOps to work with ESET. Number two, map the clients from SuperOps and ESET. And number three, provide SuperOps the installers of the agents of ESET. Once that is done, what happens is, first, the ESET agent is actually installed, auto-installed on the asset. You could see that we start fetching the device status. That is the second outcome. So what are all the features of this integration is, first, ESET agents auto install. Number two, the status of the ESET security agent, we fetch that, for example, up to date and inactive. So is it active or inactive? And second, is it up to date? So these two statuses we fetch. We also enable actions to be performed right from the portal here. For example, a few actions are, smart scan and update. These are quick actions that you can perform right from the RMM for the ESET actions that you can see here. So all of this is available and enabled as part of the integration, and we're just getting started, guys. Last couple of weeks, we have been collaborating with the ESET team here to see what the version 2 can look like, right? What are the additional set of enhancements, outcomes we can go for in V2, and the collaboration has just got started. So as part of the version 1, these are some really critical and powerful features that we have enabled for the MSPs, for our customers, and hopefully these should add great value to you guys here. So that was a quick wrap of how that integration works for within SuperOps and how we could set up the ESET integration here. Alex, any points, any pointers on this one?
No further comments. With all licenses purchased, we would help fully supporting those. So if there's any further questions or technical issues, you can always reach out to us. So happy to clarify or schedule a tailored demo to explain how this could fit in your use case, in your specific use cases.
Perfect, guys. I see that we also have a few questions come in, which Alex has already responded. If there are any more questions, guys, kindly do kindly do share them here on the chat or in the Q&A, so that between me and Alex we could go and respond to them.
Folks, we've also...
Or per screen, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Alex, go ahead.
Per screen, obviously, you'll see our email addresses as well. So we're happy to follow up with anything you come against later. I'm hoping this recording is something we can share as well.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll maybe give it another couple of minutes, folks, if there are other questions that you'd like Alex or Ani to answer. Meanwhile, thank you, everybody. This has been a great session, Alex and Ani. We've had a couple of questions on here. As Alex mentioned, I have given Alex's email, and we also have SuperOps' support email given in the slide. If you guys have queries, we can take it forward, and you can send us an email, and we'll have your questions answered.
I see a question from Guntis with regards to asset data browsing, needing improvement, enter path to jump to location. Sure, Guntis, this is a feedback that we could take here, and I'll also pass this feedback to the customer success manager, so that we can have a proper conversation around this, and see how we can further explore improvements around this. Sure, thanks for sharing that.
So if there are no further questions, folks, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Ani. We will be sharing the recording. I'll be sending the recording of the webinar to all the participants and folks who have registered for the webinar. And we have other webinars coming up. Please watch out in the webinars page in SuperOps. You guys can take a look and follow what we have coming up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Alex.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.